I'm coughing from the damn bit. No, Anon, don't inhale. It doesn't do anything. I don't see. That's a meme I don't understand. Because maybe I'm working on old knowledge here. This is old head knowledge. I feel like holding it in does something. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Now I'm not speaking from a ton of experience, but because you always talk to somebody. It's the same person that'll say some shit like, yeah, I don't know, I just don't get hangovers. And then you're like, well, you're probably not drinking as much as people that do. And they're like, no, I've measured it. I'm drinking the exact same amount every single time. I just don't get them. I guess I'm just like a superhero or something. And then you go out with them and they have like a beer and a half and they go to bed at 11 and they wake up the next day like, see, not hungover. You know the type of stuff I'm talking about? You'll always have somebody that's like, yeah, I tried it once. But it like, I guess, I don't know, for some reason it like didn't work on me. And then you see them and they take the hit and breathe it out in like one motion. It's like it barely even enters their mouth, much less their lungs, much less their bloodstream, man. Like it's just, did you meet this guy in 05? Yeah, that's where I met most guys, man. It's like Chiblee saying blue balls aren't real. I don't want to go through the argument again, because people are saying the argument gives them bad vibes. Blue balls are real, though. Like, it's like Kevin Costner in Waterworld, man. Dry land is not a myth. I've seen it. That doesn't mean you can't take care of it yourself, but they're real. Are the blue balls in the room with us right now? Look, if you've never had them, that's fine, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist, okay? I think it takes a special sort of, like, wasn't that the Chiblee discussion? Is it possible to give yourself blue balls? Okay, yes, they don't turn blue. There's an old wives' tale that, like, they turn blue because they're, like, engorged with blood or something like that. That's not the case. Blood is red. If anything, they would be called red balls. Doesn't even make any sense. I think it would be tough to give yourself blue balls. I think blue balls can only happen in a situation where you were like, I'm ready to race my car. And then 3/4 of the way through someone waving the starting flag, your mom comes home. And you're like, I can't race my car. My parents came back early from the grocery store. I gotta take the keys out of the ignition and go change my oil or something. And then your car, like the gas tank of your car, I don't know automobile stuff that well. Your spark plugs would probably hurt a little bit because they expected like they were gonna race. They expected that they were gonna be shooting sparks into the fuel to cause the combustion to happen to generate some forward momentum, you know? For me, it was racing 3 times in one day without knowing beforehand. Can I say so? And I don't mean this to be, I'm not discounting your experience. I think for you, that's not blue balls. I think your balls are tired. I think that's like delayed onset muscle soreness in your balls. Your balls have been working too hard. That's a similar kind of pain, but a different origin story. Your balls were like Michael Clark Duncan in The Green Mile. They were trying to hit you with the I'm tired, boss. Unfortunately for your balls in that situation, though, oftentimes they don't start to hurt until after the deed's already done. You should have made them hurt before the deed was done if you didn't want the deed to be done. We still talking about cars here? The quad laser ball. Oh, I meant false start 3 times in one day? That's rough. I've never been in that. One's bad enough, man. One's bad enough. It's real. Now, I know that it has been used as an excuse for untoward, ungentlemanly behavior, okay? Now, I'm not justifying that. That being said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Blue balls are real, although they don't turn blue. Bigfoot is real, even though his feet aren't that big. That's true. That's a great argument. Someone said if they don't turn blue, it's not blue balls, but they call them Bigfoot. But the dude's feet are just like, they're about the size you would expect them to be for a creature that large. His feet are proportional to the rest of his body. You would really think that a creature named Bigfoot would be like a head on top of like a fucking huge foot. And that ain't what it is, man. That ain't what it is at all. Any other questions about male health? I got lots of pearls of wisdom about being a man. First, I have to do it because doctors don't want to fuck with you until you're like 58 years old, and then they just want to like make fun of your lifestyle choices. Well, you didn't want to fucking see me until I was old. Of course shit's broken, man. The other one, and I saw someone ask about it in chat, I was going to bring it up independently. I probably shouldn't say this because it's irresponsible, but unfortunately, it's also irresponsible to not tell the truth. So I'm going to tell the truth to you. Yes, sometimes your chest just hurts. Now, please, if you're watching this in the future and I've died of an undiagnosed heart condition, just forget I ever said this, because I'm speaking from experience. But that experience could be, I don't know, maybe I've got like a botched valve or something in there. But, you know, they teach you when you're alive on planet Earth, they're like, no amount of chest pain is normal. I'm here to tell you, a little bit of chest pain is normal. And I know why they say no amount is normal. Because they don't want to be the person that's like, oh, that's normal, and then you die of a heart attack. But, if we're being honest, the vast majority of chest pain is not a heart attack. That being said, if you're... use your judgment. Legally, for liability reasons, I have to say, any amount of chest pain, you should go to the hospital immediately, okay? And you shouldn't take medical advice from streamers. But my chest hurts now and then. I'm still here. The end. Then fade the black over the camera. Northernlion died of a myocardial infarction 3 minutes after his stream ended. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. That's what I want played at my funeral. Don't actually do that. Play some shit that's good. Do you lose HIPAA rights when you die? I honestly have no idea, but can I say something that's really going to piss you off? If I die an untimely death, I'm going to make it known that my wishes are that my cause of death never gets released. You might say, why? Because fuck you, that's why. You know why I know that pisses you off? Because every time a celebrity or someone I know of dies at a young age, number one thing you're thinking is, what happened? I gotta know what happened. It's in the public's interest to know what happened. You nosy fucking messy drama queens. If that shit happens to me, nuh-uh. Paywall it. Paywall it. Still no cause of death? If it happens suddenly, I'm telling you straight up, bet the house on car crash. If I was starting to look a little fucked up on stream, but you know, the bookies will change the odds a little bit in advance. But right now, untimely, we're talking car crash. Nothing else seems super likely. I mean, you could always have some freak accident, undiagnosed medical condition or something like that. Pretty low risk of a drug overdose, I would say, unless they find out that there's lead in bubbly, which would be pretty bad. A lot of chat about dying today. I literally talk about dying for like 25% of every stream. You're not a real viewer. Even worse than dying, I talk about how like nobody will remember any of us, and also like who gives a fuck, and you'll be forgotten forever. And everybody seems to... I hate the millennial doomerism of like, well, we're probably part of the last generation of humans anyway, the way things are going. But like, what if we're not, bro? What if we're like 0.001% of the way into human civilization and we think we're living in the future, but actually we're only scratching the surface of existence. In that case, being born like 100,000 years from now would be cool, because you would have so much more history to learn, bro. Our history kind of sucks. It doesn't even go back that far. It goes back to the start of like writing or some shit. But like apart from that, there ain't even that much, man. There ain't even that much there. It's not for me. You know, I don't go into my doctor's office and go, hey, what's Wegovy all about? I go into my doctor's office and she goes, what are you doing here? You're a 36-year-old man. we're not fucking with you, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Whoa, diet soda, tau protein tangles, rising rates of colorectal cancer among millennials of a certain age. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see you till you're 52 years old. Then I fucking guarantee, when I'm 52, I'm gonna walk in there and she's gonna be like, your shit is fucked. Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you fucking say anything? Oh my God, it's too late. You're done. You're done, man. You're done. Oh, wait. It says here you're not 52, you're 49. Get the fuck out of here, bro. We don't want to see you. We don't want to see you yet. Come back in 3 years, bitch. I have the trauma from the Salmonella Campylobacter before. I was telling Kate, I was like, I remember when I went to the emergency room for like the 3rd time, and they were like, why are you here? And I was like, oh, I have diarrhea 12 times a day, and I have for a month, and I feel like I'm dying. And they're like, oh, okay, maybe we'll get you an IV. And then my body sucked up the IV in like 3 seconds, and the nurse went, wow, you must have been feeling pretty bad, huh? Motherfucker. He's just making conversation, but it wasn't the time, man. It was, of course I was feeling bad, that's why I was there, bro. It's so fucked up that it's food poisoning too. Because it was really, really bad, but whenever I tell people it's food poisoning, they're always like, oh, I had that once. That's true. At Vancouver emergency rooms, they do see people way more fucked up than me. That's true. That being said, I don't know if to put it in Darkest Dungeon terms, I don't know if I was on death's door, but they moved me out of position too, let's put it that way.